In less than 9 months before the U.S. presidential elections in November, recent national polls indicate a deadlock between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Despite Biden's age, memory lapses, and controversial stance on the Gaza war, he may weather the storm, challenged by a Republican onslaught led by Trump himself. Tuesday's Michigan primaries hold significant weight, especially considering the state's largest Arab American community. While the majority supported Biden in 2020, a grassroots movement now urges Arab American voters to mark uncommitted on their ballots, sending a powerful message to the White House about their uncertain support in November. Biden's unwavering endorsement of Israel's actions in Gaza risks alienating key demographics, including young Democrats, Generation Z, millennials, and progressives, who played a crucial role in his 2020 victory. As he gears up for the November elections, Democratic hopes rely on his economic record and anti-Trump sentiment. The article delves into the intricacies of Biden's stance on the Israel-Gaza conflict, noting the delicate balancing act he faces in an election year. Despite acknowledging excessive force in Gaza, Biden continues to support Israel, creating challenges for his campaign. Trump, a potential nominee for the Republicans, has focused on issues more aligned with his base, with Israel's actions in Gaza not being the central point of his attacks on Biden. The article contrasts the two candidates' positions and outlines potential scenarios depending on the election outcome. As the Gaza conflict unfolds, the article questions whether a second term for Biden would prompt a shift in his approach to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. It explores the factors influencing such a change and speculates on Trump's potential actions if he secures victory. The conclusion emphasizes the challenges both candidates face and calls for Middle Eastern leaders to chart their own course amid the political chaos in the United States. The necessity of a just and lasting solution to the Palestine issue is underscored to prevent future catastrophes akin to Gaza. It is less than 9 months before the U.S. presidential elections in November, and according to recent national polls, it is a dead heat between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Despite his age, memory lapses, and controversial position on the Gaza war, Biden may yet survive despite a dismal approval rate of less than 40% and a vicious attack by the Republicans led by none other than Trump himself. Tuesday's Michigan primaries will be crucial in many ways. The state is home to the largest Arab American community in the country. The majority voted for Biden in 2020, but now a grassroots movement is calling on Arab American voters to vote uncommitted on their ballot papers to send a strong message to the White House that come November, he cannot count on their vote. Even if Trump wins the presidency, they say, it is not on them. Biden's unequivocal support of Israel's war on Gaza will be a factor in deciding his chances of winning a second term. According to polls, around 60% of Americans want a ceasefire in Gaza. Biden risks losing the support of young Democrats, including Generation Z, millennial voters, and progressives. They helped him defeat Trump in 2020. Barring an unexpected event, Biden will contest the November elections as the Democratic nominee. The Arab and Muslim American vote will be key in helping him close the gap that separates him from Trump in national polls. Democratic pundits hope that his economic record and Trump phobia will come to his rescue. But he needs to address his record on Israel and its gross violation of human rights, the laws of war, international humanitarian law, the Geneva Conventions, and others concerning its belligerent conduct in Gaza. The American people have no stomach for another month of genocidal war in Gaza, especially if Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu goes ahead with an all-out ground offensive on Rafah, home to more than 1 million people, against U.S. and international warnings. The Biden White House has been trying to adjust its policy on the war. It is now admitting that far too many Palestinians have been killed and that Israel's response so far has been, in Biden's own words, over the top. Still, his administration continues to arm Israel and fund the war, and Netanyahu has ignored Biden's advice and pleas to bring the military operation to a swift end. It also revived talk about the need for a Palestinian state through the two-state solution without specifying what that solution would look like or how it would be implemented when Netanyahu and his far-right partners adamantly rejected it. Biden's hands are tied because it is an election year where he faces an uphill struggle to get re-elected. He is avoiding a public quarrel with Netanyahu for fear that the Republicans and Trump will accuse him of abandoning Israel to its radical Islamist enemies. But such a clash will come sooner rather than later, over Netanyahu's declaration that Israel will never withdraw from Gaza, settle a rampage in the West Bank, approving building permits for new Jewish settlements, and even waging total war on Lebanon. On the other hand, Trump appears to be close to clinching his party's nomination as soon as early next month. Israel's war on Gaza has not been a centerpiece of the former American president's attacks on Biden. He has focused on issues that matter most to his constituency: borders and illegal immigration, abortion, gender issues, and drugs, among others. Republican pundits and conservative media have also focused on this while siding blindly with Israel and its decimation of the people of Gaza. When Trump was asked where he stood and what he would do if he were in charge, he offered incoherent and vague answers. Yes, he was behind Israel and would not have let Hamas launch the October 7th attack. He suggested that the Israel-Hamas war would have to take its course. So, you have a war that's going on, and you're probably going to have to let this play out, Trump recently told Univision.